it's me, Corinne. I wanted to try something new for this new kind of video, and I want to kind of talk you through what we've been doing at our new house. So at this point, everything's kind of a mess, and I want to work through rooms one by one to get things in order. We have big plans for how we want the space to look in the end, but for now, we just want to make it usable. So I'm hoping through this series we can show you our progress on the house, kind of show you what it looks like now, and how it's going to look in the future. So first things first, we moved to a new place about a week and a half ago. It's been a fun and incredibly stressful process, and I am really happy that we are done with the actual moving. That being said, we still have a lot of work to do to make the house, first of all, be livable, and then second of all, be exactly what we want it to be. For starters, we really just need to work on getting our things unpacked, putting things on shelves, building shelving because we don't necessarily have everything we want, and just making sure that everything has a place. We've moved to a space that's about twice as big as where we used to live. So we were living in about 600 square feet, and now we're living in about 1,200. So that's really exciting and fun. We also have a yard, which is great. Puka's really excited, we're really excited, and we're still kind of figuring out how we want to use the space. We have big plans to paint a lot of the space, build a lot of built-in storage and seating, and just really make the space our own. But for now, it actually is in pretty good shape. The main thing we're trying to tackle right now is just getting it into working order. And I wanted to start with the kitchen because it's a space that we use a lot, and when the kitchen doesn't feel functional to me, it makes it really hard for us to stay on budget because we end up eating out more. It's hard for me to enjoy the space and to do some of the things that I love, like baking and cooking and eating things. So here I am doing some tidying of the kitchen area. The kitchen is kind of small. It's a galley kitchen style, but it's pretty wide. Nonetheless, you can have two people working in there pretty easily. That being said, it's not enough space for us really, so we're kind of combining the actual kitchen with the space just outside, and eventually we'd like to put in a coffee bar and have some seating so that we can put in a dining table. So yeah, come along with me today so that we can get this kitchen in order and start thinking about how we want this house to work today and in the future. So the first order of business is really just to clear off the counters, put things into shelves and drawers, and take care of the dishes. We actually don't have a dishwasher at this point in this house, and there's not really space for a full-size one. So for now, we are just doing the dishes by hand, but I did order a countertop dishwasher, which I think will help us stay on top of dishes a little bit more easily, especially since Drew and I both have ADHD, and it can sometimes be hard for us to take care of our regular tasks around the house. I feel like one of the most challenging parts of setting up any kitchen is figuring out where you want things to be. Since the organization is a little bit different in this kitchen, I can't put things in the exact same place they were in our previous house. But I'm trying to find a way to create spaces that make sense for us and that also will be easy to use for cooking, and we'll see how well that works out. Throughout this process, I realized that we have a shocking amount of kitchen stuff. It makes sense because I do a lot of cooking and the kitchen is one of our most used spaces in our home, but at the same time it feels like a lot. So unpacking is taking me longer than expected. That being said, it's exciting to see the space starting to come together, and once it's clean, I feel like I'll be able to understand how I want to use the space best. So while I am organizing things right now, there's a good chance that I will change where things go over the course of our time here. For the kitchen project, the main things we want to do are replace the cabinet doors with something a little bit more earthy. We want to do some painting, add a little bit of wallpaper, maybe a backsplash, and generally just make it feel more like our space, especially in terms of color palette. We like the way things look right now. That's why we chose this house in the first place, but it's not everything we want it to be. And I think while at first I was feeling like we needed to take care of all these projects right away before we could settle in, now I'm realizing that we can take our time and slowly take care of projects as time goes by. I think this will be a good idea and will help us to make the space ours without feeling overly stressed, and I want it to be as usable and functional as possible in the meantime. Probably I'll do another video where I talk about the specifics of what we want to do with the space and kind of show you the designs I have in mind. I've been working on them and kind of figuring out how I want things to look, and Drew has been helping me with that as well. We don't really want to change the structure of the space. We don't have the budget for that, and we like how it works pretty well right now, but we do want to make some aesthetic changes that will help us to feel more comfortable and satisfied in our new home. And that's the primary kitchen pretty much taken care of. So this space right outside of the kitchen is a space that we want to kind of make feel more like part of the kitchen itself. We'll probably use it as a dining area, but we also want to have a coffee bar and space for a lot of our different appliances and pantry type items. And I think that will help us to feel like we have a bit more space with the kitchen so that we can work together on cooking more often and not feel too cramped. We also just don't have enough storage in that primary kitchen, so having a little bit more out here helps to make things move a little bit more smoothly. So today I'm just trying to get everything put away, make the space feel more usable and welcoming, and just kind of start the process of making the two spaces feel like they work together. I think our main goal in this house generally is to have a kind of flow that allows the space to feel comfortable, lived in, ours, and just really usable. We loved our old place and we were able to do quite a lot to make it work for us, but in this new space we plan to be here for a long time, so we'd like to make it as useful and comfortable as we possibly can. Having this kind of combined kitchen dining area will help us to accomplish that goal, I think. And out here we want to basically just create an extension of the kitchen. The goal is to make the two spaces feel as connected as possible, and I don't know what that will look like in the final version of this space, but for now we're just trying to build out storage, make it pretty, and have room for us to kind of explore how we can use this space most effectively. We really enjoy getting to know the spaces that we spend time in and finding ways to make them as comfortable as we can. And that's something that we want to try and accomplish quickly rather than something we want to make be a huge goal for the future. That's not to say that we won't make changes over the years, but we don't want to have to live in a space that feels uncomfortable in the meantime. That seems like something that will be difficult for us to manage and will make our life less comfortable, especially as I start grad school in the fall. Our life is going through a lot of transitions right now, and so trying to make our space as comfortable and welcoming as possible will help us to feel comfortable as our life changes a little bit. So I don't know. I just want to invite you all in, show you how we use our space, and work on it together so that we can come up with something that feels inviting and comfortable for ourselves and also for our friends and family when they come to visit. We really enjoy the kitchen. It's one of our favorite parts in the home, and maybe my favorite part, definitely. Maybe definitely? I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, we're excited about what this space might become, and we're excited to share it with you. So that's today's project pretty much taken care of. Throughout this series, I kind of want to show you the different spaces, ideally show you me putting them together in the first place, and then also kind of show you what we're hoping for them to become in the future. Then as we complete projects, you'll be able to kind of see how it's coming together, and hopefully you can get a feel for the space that we're putting together for ourselves and our family. Yeah, we're really excited to share this all with you. We are really excited to explore our new home and our new neighborhood. We're still in Chicago, but we're in a different area, and so it will be really exciting to see what we can find here and how we can become engaged in our community. And also we want to make sure that during that time we're creating a home that makes us feel comfortable and that we can invite others into. Puka has really been enjoying our new space, as you maybe have seen a little bit of in this video, and especially now as things are getting less chaotic, he's enjoying it more and more. The move was very stressful for him, so it's nice that we're kind of settling down and getting things figured out. Anyway, thanks so much for listening and watching, and I'm so excited to continue sharing our life with you. Thanks for clomping and chomping. We'll see you next week.